The Johannesburg Metro Police Department and City of Joburg have laid wreaths at the spot where Jolidee Matongo died. The Johannesburg mayor was killed in a car crash on the Golden Highway in Lenasia on Saturday evening. He was on his way to KwaZulu-Natal for a family commitment after campaigning in Soweto for the local government elections. eNCA's reporter Masego Rahlaga joins us now, where the memorial service for the late mayor will be taking place. Masego, thank you for making time. How are things looking there?
Well, Clement, we expect the memorial service here at Uncle Tom's Hall in Soweto, in Orlando, to start at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So at the moment, we're just seeing delegates, his colleagues, his friends walking in. We're expecting probably some of the family members to come here today. But you also made mention, Clement, to that wreath-laying ceremony that took place at the spot where he last took his breath on Saturday evening. And that's where we were earlier on as well with Teddy Munyembane. We saw the mother, or rather his wife, his mother, his son, his 13-year-old son, also laying wreaths at the spot. And what we found out from the family is that it was the first time actually most of them went to that spot, and it was very hurtful for for them. They went through hurt seeing exactly where it was where he passed away. So it was quite difficult for them. But of course, some of the JMPD members who were there had been there on Saturday when they got the call that there was that horrific accident. But right now, Clement, I have the former MMC for finance in the city of Johannesburg, Matshidiso Mfikwe, and the reason we say former is because the death of the mayor actually dissolves his executive as well. And unfortunately, they were not given a chance to prove to Johannesburg residents why they deserve to be there. Matshidiso, my condolences. Your colleague, someone that you've worked with for so long. You're always here in Orlando, grew up together. How are you doing?
Look, it's a very difficult time. Trying to pull it together so that we organize his burial to be befitting, but it is very, very painful. I was with Jolie literally 30 minutes before I got a call that he's been involved in an accident, being the first person after the police on the scene. I'm deeply, deeply, deeply hurt. I don't even know how I'm feeling, honestly, but I've lost a mentor, I've lost a brother, I've lost an uncle to my kids, because we were not just comrades at work. We had our own engagements outside work. My kids called all of them uncles, so it's very painful for me.
Talk to me about the trauma of having to see your mentor and brother's lifeless body on the highway that evening.
It's imaginable, it's unimaginable. I literally couldn't even believe that is him in that wreck, and I had to force the paramedics to open that car 3 times for me to still say it's him, arriving there, seeing the wreckage. I think momentarily there, I lost my mind a bit. Because I was with him 30 minutes before the accident. So it doesn't make sense. I still don't understand even now. I'm actually going through emotions now that we need to give him a befitting burial. But sometimes I arrive at my house and I'm like, but am I honestly organizing Jolie's funeral? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know it doesn't make sense to the people that are very close to him, our friends. We share common friends, It doesn't make sense. It's painful, arriving at the scene and me looking at that car. And I was like, but this is not true. I was saying to the speaker in the morning, it's like we are sleeping and somebody can come and say, it's unbelievable. It's terribly unbelievable.
Those 30 minutes when you saw him, you had been campaigning earlier on with the president. How was he? Those 30 minutes before you heard of this accident?
Jolu was a very jovial person, happy person. I mean, we had the last engagement with the communities of Soweto, Togoza Park, me, himself, and the Premier, and the MMC for health. And we're still explaining to people that, look, we have challenges, and we're still laughing. But one thing that he said to me, he said, Sidi, you know what, when Limpo must resolve this ESCOM problem in Soweto, if there's the last thing that you two do, you must resolve that thing. Get ESCOM on board, get City Power on board, look for money in the city, make sure that we resolve this ESCOM problem. Those were my last instructions from him. Then when he left, said, okay, KZN, you know. So, and he said, go home and relax, man. TV, you don't watch TV. You know, and I'm like, those were the last thing that Jolie said to me. The next thing, hardly 30 minutes, a call comes from the protectors and says the mayor accident, Golden Highway. I mean, and I was like, which mayor are you talking about? Because Namutuk Arhanali and no. You know? So it was, I don't know, maybe when I see his body again and I look at him, maybe I'll believe that he is gone. But we have lost not a mayor. For us, he was not a mayor. He was a brother. He was a friend. Yes, we were combined in service for our communities. But our relationship with him goes beyond our work that we're doing in the city. So we've lost a pillar, you know.
I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much. The former MMC for Finance in the city of Johannesburg, Mematsiriso Mfikwe, and Clement, the information that we have is that the executive mayor will be laid to rest on Friday. The funeral service will be at Fine Town Hall, not far from where he lives in Lenasia, and that will start at around 8 o'clock in the morning. After that, they will head to his final resting place at the West Park Cemetery. That will all happen, of course, on Friday. And of course, we know that the flags are flying at half-mast after the city declared a week of mourning until the day of his burial.
Yeah. Oh, Masego, what a sad, honest reflection on the life of the mayor. Thank you. Thank you for coming to us. And I'm sure there are going to be more of the mayor's friends, colleagues that are going to be sharing these heartwarming, sad stories. Masego Rahlaga live to us from where that memorial service will be taking place. Now, Sudan.